I learned recently about another fellow that I met that I might mention to you. This is kind of a strange story, so bear with me here. I got one of these mailers that was put in my mailbox at a Christmas time a couple of years ago, saying there was going to be a Christmas party for the neighborhood, and everyone was invited. And I didn't look very carefully at the address. But later that night, when the Christmas party was supposed to happen, I noticed that the house just kitty corner for us had all the lights on, and people were on the porch. They were kind of looking over at our house, and I thought, oh my goodness, I wasn't planning on going to this, but we'll look like we're not social if we don't show up. So I said to Ann, we've got to go to this party. I got this flyer about the neighborhood party. We got to go over there. So she said, okay. We went over and knocked on the door. They let us in. Good to see you. We came in. They had dinner. We had dinner together and got our pictures with everybody. Turns out this wasn't the neighborhood party. This was a family having a party with their friends, all right? And so we were a little embarrassed, but they treated us well nonetheless. And I got to meet some really interesting people. One of them was a guy actually from my home state of Massachusetts, and a relatively young guy compared to me. And he was a former Navy SEAL. He was living in San Diego, and learned about him. He talked about his life. He skied a lot. He skied in some of the places I had, and we had a lot of things in common. He told me that he keeps going back to the Middle East. He cares very deeply about the people there. He served in the military there, went back from time to time to offer security services and so forth to people there. You can imagine how I felt when I found out that he was one of the 2 former Navy SEALs killed in Benghazi on September 11th. And it touched me, obviously, as I recognized that this young man that I thought was so impressive had lost his life in the service of his fellow men and women. He, according to the reports on CNN International that I read, he was actually in a different building, in an annex, a safe place somewhere else across town, when he and his colleagues there heard that the consulate was under attack. And they went there. They didn't hunker down where they were in safety. They rushed there to go help. This is the American way. We go where there's trouble. We go where we're needed. And right now we're needed. Right now the American people need us. This is a critical time for us.